Right, here I am, yeah, back at Suffolk Triumph, Honda PFK Ling, yeah, marvellous. What am I on? Look at this, couldn't get on a Super Meteor, no, but I've got on Honda CMX1100 Rebel, yeah, ignition keys down there, look. Oh, that's on, look at the clock, it's round. Get the mirrors set up, but there you go. Oh, listen to that. Yeah. So round clock numbers, our gear indicator, time, we're in standard road mode, revs go around the outside. Let's get going and see anyway. See how I feel about this, cruiser style. This is good preparation, isn't it, for Super Meteor. Oh. Now, I'm not a cruiser sort of person, but I've got to try it to see it. Yeah. And there we go. Find the foot pegs. That's marvellous, isn't it? Oh, couldn't find the gear. Someone coming back on the Hornet there. Did you see that? Very comfortable. Yeah, this is like, I don't know what. It's marvellous. Quite a nice sound as well coming from that 1100 twin. Same as the Africa twin. Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, this cruiser is an Africa twin. Except this seems quite punchy. It does, yeah. Marvellous. Nice wide bars. Little Mickey Mouse mirrors. Need to set that mirror up a little bit. It's got cruise control. That's lovely, isn't it? And these start, this one isn't, this is, I believe top of the range. It's got panniers and the lot. You'll see when we do the walk around. This one has fairing as well, and it's for about 12,000, 11,500, something like that. But they start at £9,500. Yeah, only £2,000 more than. Oh, look at that. Only £2,000 more. Sorry, it's caught me by surprise. I didn't think I'd like it, and I do. Yeah, that's marvellous. But yeah, £2,000 more than a Super Meteor. I know. It just sounds lovely. Feels strange, but I'm getting used to it quite quickly. Cruising for bruising. And like I say, it's got this fairing, which I don't know what it's doing, but I suspect it keeps quite a bit of rain off you. And it's designed for cruising, so I guess I've got to go down the A14, see what it's like in 40-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, it's windy today. On the A12, because let's be honest, that's what you'd be doing with it. Yeah, I suppose you could cruise down the back roads. Well, we'll do that as well. I don't think it has the same brake horsepower. They've changed something about the engine. This engine doesn't feel like the Africa Twin. It's hard to believe it's the same engine, but there you go. Handling surprises me. Thought it would handle like a camel. It doesn't. It handles sweet. Brakes absolutely marvellous. What's weird, I feel like the gear in there, because normally I just rest my foot on the gear, you know, when you're going up, and I can't. It doesn't feel like there's anything there, but it is there. Clutch light as a feather. Gearbox dead easy, dead slick. So down here, and now we'll see what the wind's like. Well, it goes well enough. There is quite a lot of wind on your chest because you're sort of open to it. So I think I'd probably go for the version without the fairing. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what that's like. So it feels pretty stable even in this high wind. Yeah, it does. Listen to that engine, it's just lovely. Just cruising round. Because this baby's absolutely brand new. Yeah. In black. It's really sweet to ride around about this 60 mile an hour mark. But of course, being a cruiser, it's got to be comfortable, hasn't it? To sit on, it's comfortable, but I wonder how the suspension copes. God, just round the corners, just marvellous. And it does have some torque, it does. Yeah, oh, that's really nice. Oh, it just pulls off up there. But like I say, we're onto the washboard road. So we'll see how it copes with that. See what the suspension does. I mean, if nothing else, this is good preparation for the Super Meteor. But here we go, dual carriageway. Bumpy as hell. We'll see how it goes. Absolutely fine, no trouble at all. Very impressed really. I reckon it could sit like this all day. And then we're down here onto the Suffolk Road. Now, I don't know where cruisers are designed for. I imagine going on great long straight American roads, and so the Suffolk Road, I'm not sure whether it's designed for that, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, it pootles along at 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and even 60 miles an hour so easily and so comfortable. I'm impressed with it. Yeah. And for the money, £9,500. So here we are, Suffolk Road. Cars, small people, big people, bicycles, horses, and hell and all other stuff, potholes and gravel and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So I'm not going crazy down here. It makes me feel like I do want to just go nice and steady and let that engine rumble. See if I can keep the revs down and just ride it. Yeah. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. and now the rain's coming, so I'm going to make it all wet and dirty. I'll give you a little wipe. Bicycle, horse poo, indication of the horses. Another bicycle, and yeah, we'll pull over here and stand in the rain and get a little walk round done. Into neutral, dead easy, indicator off. Where's the side stand? Just there, over on the side stand. And the ignition key, of course, is down here. I was looking for the ignition key. Right, and let's go and have a look at the Honda Rebel. Look at that. It's marvellous, isn't it? See what I mean about the panniers on the back? They finish it off nicely. Excellent. Right, let's have a walk around. Right, here we are. Yeah, rain's just starting to come down now. Honda Rebel 1100. Absolutely marvellous cruiser. Look at it. Look at that big fairing on the front. That's going to be handy in this rain, isn't it? Single disc on the front. Don't think it needs any more than that. The brakes seem to work really well. Big radiator. I know how some of you feel about them, but it's liquid cooled. Honda Africa twin engine. Yeah. 550 cc's per cylinder. Yeah. Big fat exhaust. Makes a lovely burble out of that 2-into-1. And those panniers look quite a size. I think Mrs. Tame would be quite taken with this, even though the seat's quite small. And that big fairing gives it quite a look, doesn't it, at the front? Diddy little Mickey Mouse mirrors, big round clock, controls all intuitive, different modes and stuff like that, cruise control. And I'll just get down in the mud. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it looks the business, doesn't it? The foot pegs, not too bad, not too far forward. The thing that worries me about the Super Meteor is the foot pegs, but I've not ridden it yet. I might have ridden it by the time you see this video. And at first I thought this was dead ugly. I don't anymore. I sort of quite like it. Yeah. Oh, and we've got the sun back out as well, so I'll just show you it in the sun. I mean, look at that. Marvellous. If you like cruisers. If you don't like cruisers, you won't like it. But there you go. Let's get back on the road. Right, here we are, back on board. Here, ignition key down here. Turn it on. Lots of numbers. Woo. Yeah. Mickey Mouse mirrors, need to just adjust that a little bit. That's better. Oh, listen to that. Doesn't that sound wonderful? So get on and do the senses, I think. Yeah, marvellous. So off we go. Simple as that. Oh. And it is raining, so I might have to keep giving you a wipe. Car pulling out on us there. Bumpy old road this. So we'll get straight on to taste, because I know exactly what this would taste like. Blackjacks. Do you remember Blackjacks? Oh, yeah, sort of licoricey, aniseedy flavour. Yeah, marvellous. Used to love Blackjacks. Much preferred them to fruit salads. So 30 miles an hour, dead easy to ride at 30, very comfortable. Just listen to that engine, just bubble, bubble, bubble. No trouble at all. In fourth there, yeah. Smell, it smells wonderful. As all new motorbikes do. Yeah, some smell better than others, but they all smell wonderful, that's for sure. It's dealing with the bumps dead easy. It surprised me it only had one caliper on the front. but then it's not a very heavy bike. No, this CB1100 Rebel is 20 kilos lighter than the Super Meteor. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But there you go. It handles just lovely. Far better than I thought anyway, is what I'll say. When I say handles lovely, I mean compared to what? Yeah. For a cruiser, I thought it would handle terrible, and it doesn't. And so that's a pleasant surprise. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Tame would like this bike as well, but I'm not sure. I will find out and let you know in a button. Yeah. Anyway, to touch and feel, well, it's a Honda. I know they're obviously built down to a price, and the price they're selling it must be, but it don't feel bad. It don't feel bad quality. It's a Honda after all. Yeah. So yeah, all the switch gears top notch. They haven't skimped on anything. It looks good and it feels good, and that's, I guess that's the point to come on to looks. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? If you're after a cruiser, I mean, you might as well go all out and go for something like this, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look as classical as the Super Meteor, but this has a look of a Harley, doesn't it? I think, which is probably where Honda were thinking of. Yeah, I don't know, but it's grown on me. It really has. Yeah, am I becoming a cruiser boy? I don't think so. No. Would I have one? I might do for a laugh. But yeah, it's down to preference, isn't it? At least they haven't put the foot pegs miles out in front. Well, I mean, look at that, tootling along 29 miles an hour in fifth, just tick over. Handling the bumps just fine in these 30 mile an hour signs. Zones. They don't care too much, do they, about the bumps? Road builders. No. But it's just absolutely fine. And then we get on to the sound. The sound is lovely. Yeah, marvellous. But it is an 1100cc, so 2-in-1 1100cc twin. Yeah, it's gonna sound good. If it didn't sound good, there'd be something drastically wrong. So yeah, no, it sounds good, definitely. And you're not going to upset your neighbours with it, I don't think, despite the noise it makes. Then I guess we're on to the sixth sense. How does it make you feel? Well, as I say, I'm not a cruiser sort of person, never was. My brother always was. I never was. But come on, traffic. But this would be a very easy bike to own and ride. Yeah, you're not going to set the world on fire with it, but you're going to look dead cool as you go down the road. Yeah, it makes me feel a little bit like that. Yeah, cool. Nice pleasant bike to ride. It makes you feel like you could get on it and ride 1,000 miles. That's what it makes you feel like, which I suppose is the point, isn't it? I mean, whether you actually could or not, I don't know. It's the total opposite of what I'm used to. So this way, I'm hoping the wind's in a different direction, because I don't know whether I'd be able to use much of the video that I did going the other way, because fairly windy still. But you sort of took out the way of the worst of the wind. Balance is dead easy. It's dead comfy. Takes a little bit of getting used to for me, because I'm simply not used to this style of bike with the foot pegs and the gear lever. If anything, on the handling, it's a bit slow round the corners, and by that I mean it feels quite long. I don't think it is when you actually look at it, but it feels like that. And what I have in my head is the image of what it looks like from the walk round with those panniers, and it just makes me feel cool. Yeah, cruising. A hot summer's day. We don't have a hot summer's day today, but what I do have to do is I have to take it back, so that's what I'll do. It's always sad taking a bike back. I have enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it far more than I thought I would have done. Yeah. But yeah, in the real world, you certainly don't need any more power than this. It's got ample and everything to go with within its own abilities. So it's got that single disc on the front. The brakes are really good. It's not a big heavy cruiser either. At 220 kilos, I think it is, something like that. And dead easy to move about. Dead easy to get off the side stand. I'm guessing, and we'll check, whether it's got a centre stand. I doubt it has. None of the bikes have these days, have they? But there you go. Considering the wind we've had today, the bike is pretty damn stable. Yeah, and it's got panniers on and this fairing on, which sometimes can make it worse when the wind's so strong. But it just sits where you put it. These sort of roads I'm on now, smooth tarmac, slight long bends, it's very, very comfortable. It really enjoys them, as do I. We're in fifth, they haven't changed gear, and it just pulls absolutely fine, up the hill, down the hill, everything, just lovely. Yeah, it surprised me again. I'm always been surprised by motorbikes, and it just shows you've got to put your prejudices aside. You've got to enter into these meetings completely open and willing to accept what you find. Yeah, let's get it down here. We'll get up here. Cross-country mode. There we go. Into neutral. Side stand down. Engine off. And let's have a little look. There we go. Here, PFK Lings Honda Rebel. Absolutely splendiferous bike. Yeah, really enjoyed myself. Ta-ta.